Hi. This buddy got put on house arrest recently. And now he has neither prefix, no player or other normal entertainment. But he still found way not to die of boredom in 4 walls. Who would have thought that this way will turn out so dangerous? Once a teenager, Cale and his father is a writer, going fishing. They are cool, spend time and come home in a great mood like suddenly. Cale and father are alive, but they never have time to get out of the cabin. A pickup truck also crashes into the car, which is driving at insane speed. The guy is having a hard time getting out of his seat, and already outside understands that second clash his dad didn't survive. It takes a year in Spanish class. Cale doesn't even hide what's sleeping, and when the teacher asks him to talk about plans for the summer, can't relate and 2 words. Then the teacher asks him a nasty question.
Что бы сказал твой отец?
Teen ends up in court. By law, Cale faces up to a year in juvie. But the judge takes into account the tragedy with the father and decides to give the guy a second chance. Cale gets put on 3-month house arrest. He is given a special bracelet, which lights up red. Should at least move away from home a little. If you try to run or break the bracelet, the police outfit will come home immediately. And the most ironic, as part of the outfit will be Officer Gutierrez, which part-time turns out to be a native cousin. That same Spanish teacher. Soon, after starting his unplanned recluse, Cale finds out that mom blocked his console and music services. His best friend Ronnie hardly communicates with him because hangs out with the girls on vacation. Guy gets distracted by petty household chores, kinda washing or washing dishes, but it doesn't really save. Everything changes when Cale sees his new neighbor. A guy stands at a window with his mouth open and admires beauty when suddenly someone knocks on the door. He runs open, but there is no one on the doorstep, only a very unusual package. Cale raises his head and sees that the prank was arranged for him by the neighbor children. Guy is sure that he won't do anything to them, so they tease him. But Cale loses patience and still runs after the boys. When the bracelet lights up red, the guy is in a hurry to return to the green zone, but Gutierrez still comes for him. Cale is not getting arrested, but if this happens again, he will have to stand trial again. Finally, Ronnie comes to visit the teenager, who's back from vacation. Cale shows a friend his new hobby. Peep the neighbors. In particular behind one girl, Ronnie encourages a friend to meet her. The next day Cale does that.
А меня зовут Эшли.
Evening, Cale watching TV, where they tell about some kidnapper. Girls on blue, dented mustache. Later, already in his room, he hears weird noises of a car coming up. Cale understands, what is that, a blue Mustang, and walks to the window to see what's happening. His neighbor takes black bags out of the car and drives into the garage. On his side, he has a big dent. The next day, Ronnie comes to visit Cale again. They are figuring out the circumstances of the missing girl in their city, very similar to 3 kidnappings, which happened 3 years ago in Texas. But then the guys are distracted by something much more interesting. Ronnie is so keen on looking at Ashley that accidentally hits the binoculars on the window. Guys hiding under the frame. But when they try to look out, they understand that the girl spotted them. While buddies panic and figure things out, someone rings the doorbell. On the doorstep stands Ashley. She is like nothing happened, interested. What are they busy with, and offers to hang out together. Guys can't believe their luck. Returning to the room, they begin to hurriedly clean it, but Ashley still notices binoculars near the window. The girl asks if Cale is really spying on her neighbors. Then friends rush to tell her everything. What no? About suspicious Robert Turner on a blue Mustang. Girl taunting guys, but out of curiosity decides to still look through binoculars. Just at this point, a Mustang leaves the garage, but there is no dent on it anymore. Cale assures that tricky neighbor probably just fixed everything, but the newly minted spy notices on the garage walls. Weird detail, skull's long horns. Now Ashley is really intrigued. She's staying at the guy's visiting and reads on the internet about past abductions. At some point, Ronnie falls asleep, and Cale with Ashley stay alone. They flirt and share with each other details of your life, when suddenly a blue Mustang comes back to the next house. Yes, also not alone, and with some red girl on the second car. Cale and Ashley are taken observe how the evening unfolds at the neighbor's house. Now they have not only binoculars but and a video camera with a powerful zoom. Brought by Ronnie. Turner and his redhead guest start kissing, and between Cale and Ashley, there is also some tension. Does the guy even kick Ronnie out? Not to miss the moment, but
Привет, мам.
Ashley hurries home and closes the blinds in the room. Cale has nothing left. How to watch other neighbors and get bored. But suddenly the guy hears screams from Turner's house. He walks up to the window and sees how the redhead girl tries to get out of the house, and Robert does not let her leave. Cale starts viewing the scene through the camera, but in a hurry presses the wrong button. A few seconds later, Cale gains courage and looks through binoculars again, and this time sees Turner's face in the next house, looking right at him. Guy gets distracted by Ronnie's call, and when Turner sees that redhead girl quietly driving away in her car. Next morning, Cale going down to the kitchen, make breakfast and runs into Turner. The guy starts panicking, but then Mom appears and explains that Robert met her in the parking lot supermarket and helped inflate the tire. Turner behaves underlined politely, and Cale responds aggressively. When does Turner propose to his mother, having dinner soon? The guy completely loses his temper. Later, Cale finds out that Ashley will have a party at home and gets even more upset. Evening, guy watching party with binoculars. Although the girl asked him not to do it, Cale sees as his passion, snuggles with some kid and mows on his window. Cale is angry, and then it gets on the roof, his music system, and turns the music to the full. Angry Ashley sneaks into Cale's house through the window and cuts down the player. They start fighting. When a guy mentions that she was teasing him with looks, girl understands that all evening he still followed her. Then Cale starts making excuses, tells how admires her cute habits and love of literature. Unexpectedly, it touches Ashley and she kisses him. They go to Cale's room and cuddle on the bed. But the girl suddenly gets distracted by a weird sound. Guys walk up to the window and see that Turner carries a bloody bag to the garage. The next day, Trinity decides to pull off a secret operation, while Ashley follows Turner in the supermarket. Ronnie has to sneak into the neighbor's second car and open the garage door. Cale is directing the process from the room. Everything seems to go according to plan, but at some point, Turner throws his chosen shovel in the trading floor and lurks out of sight. Ashley drops her phone and the call resets. And when she calls Cale from the parking lot again and says, "What happened?" Ronnie hastily dictates Cale the code from the neighbor's garage, because they won't have time to open it anymore. Meanwhile, Turner himself gets into Ashley's car and asks to stop following him. Man makes it clear that he knows about the affairs of the whole trio and says that loves privacy. Finally, Ashley comes back to Cale's house and talks about what happened. The guy immediately offers to call the police, but girl mind. She says that Turner did nothing, and they really violated his right to privacy. Evening, Cale continues investigation alone. He is conjuring over a video camera and making a device which is capable of broadcasting the image to his TV in real time. The doorbell rings. This is Ronnie, who in a trembling voice reports that dropped the phone in Turner's car. But Cale happy. This is a great excuse to try out the new device and check what is Turner hiding. So Ronnie goes to the neighbor's garage. Their guy quickly finds the phone and then tries to consider what lies in the mysterious bags. But should he open the package? As the camera falls and the garage door starts to go down, Cale sees a friend running through the rooms of Turner's house, waving hands, picture with camera galloping, and at some point completely interrupted. Despite the bracelet, Cale runs to the neighbor's house and tries to open the doors. The main entrance turns out to be unlocked, but the guy does not have time to go inside. A patrol is coming for him. The guy screaming to the cops that the owner of the house kidnapped his friend and is trying to kill him. Officer Gutierrez doubts, but then still asks a colleague to inspect the house. They go to the garage and figure out what is hidden in the bags. The cops bring Cale home and tell his mom that tomorrow the guy will have to appear in court for a second violation, and the neighbor has every right to press charges. When the officers leave, Cale's mom starts yelling at the teen. Despite son's protests, she decides to talk to Turner so that he does not report to the police. Cale is once again taken to monitor the neighbor's house. Suddenly, a text message comes to his phone with the words, "Look at your telly." An image of dead Ronnie appears on the screen. But soon it turns out that he was hiding in the closet from the police this whole time and just pranked a friend.
Эй!
Ты хоть понимаешь, что со мной сейчас было?
Эй!
Ronnie goes to the toilet and puts a friend recording, which he made in the house of Turner. Cale doesn't know what to look at, in the neighbor's window or on the screen, but when notices in frame, weird vent grill still sits at the computer. He zooms in on the image and sees something that looks like a skull. Turner meanwhile seeing off mom, Cale, and stun her right before leaving. Cale understands that he just found proof and is calling Ronnie. But he no longer has time to go upstairs. He gets hit on the head by Turner. In a couple of moments, Maniac ends up on the top floor and starts chasing Cale. Guy cleverly dodges man punches, runs outside and tries to escape, but still does not have time. Turner ties Cale, tapes his mouth and drags him back to the second floor. There he sees footage with the video camera and tells the guy the further plan. Now the guy will write a letter to Ashley where confesses that he killed his best friend because of jealousy, and mom because of that. She blamed him for his father's death. A man gives Cale a pen and paper, but start writing. Guy does not have time. He is called out by a female voice and Turner turns around. At this point, Cale hits the man with his elbow and runs towards Ashley, but living Robert immediately rises and takes a knife. The struggle begins, during which Ashley manages to injure the maniac's eyes, and Cale reset. It's to the first floor. The couple was able to barricade themselves in the room. Ashley trying to call 911, but Cale says that phone is not working. He needs to go beyond the green zone. While the guys are trying to figure out how to get out of the house, Robert is already starting to punch the door with an iron pipe. Then, Ashley and Cale run on the roof and jump straight into the pool. Cale arms himself with a secator and cracks the door of Turner. In a big room, he notices a huge dresser and moves it away. There turns out to be a grate, which he breaks out. No one responds to his screams, and Cale decides to check the secret passage with a lamp. From afar, the guy hears strange sounds. He goes to the noise on the road, tapping walls. Stumbles upon the treatment room. Looks like a room in the morgue. Table for opening tools. Missing girl's documents. Meanwhile, Officer Gutierrez sneaks into Turner's house in search of a fugitive prisoner and immediately dies at the hands of a lurking maniac. Cale moves away the evidence cabinet in the treatment room and discovers another secret move. The noise he heard earlier, coming exactly from there. Guy going down, inspecting the basement, but suddenly the boards under him can't stand and he falls. Cale ends up in some kind of liquid and realizes that dead girls' bodies float around him. A guy running out of strength climbs out of the trap and keeps going on the sound. Finally, he finds Mother that hangs on a hook with her hands tied. Cale cuts the rope with a secator, but a fight ensues. Robert brings in a knife and almost kills Cale, but at the last moment, his mom takes some instrument and pokes Maniac's hand. A guy takes advantage of the moment and hurts Turner with a secator and then throws in the water to other corpses. Cale and mom escape from Monster Lair. Soon the cops come to their house to cut the bracelet off the guy and release early. Finally, Cale can go outside the garden plot. And now their romance went absolutely nothing prevents. Well, except Ronnie, who now doesn't part with his video camera. Write in the comments, what would you do being under house arrest for 3 months without console and favorite music? And also don't forget to like to this video and subscribe to the channel to be the best in the company to understand cool movies.